Yo, 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 what is going on, bro? Today is August 8th, 2019. It has been a good day. I have a beer in my hand to celebrate. I didn't do anything yesterday because, I was, how do I say, I wasn't feeling great, right? I didn't get much sleep. The dog had me up all night, right? I was kind of coming down with something. I scratched on like 4 or 5 trades, just back to back to back, down like $50 on the day. And I was just like, oh, this is so lame. I just had no read on the market. It was pretty congested, but there wasn't really anything to teach because it was just me making like a series of bad decisions. You know what I mean? So I didn't bother making one yesterday, but that's kind of what happened yesterday. But when that happens, it's okay, Like I took off for the day, went out, hung out with the dog, and came back today with a clear head and really took advantage of this market in a really solid way. Obviously, as always, man, there was more to every move I could have taken, but really happy with my entries, happy with my exits, and yeah, man, just a solid day of really good trading, really good tape reading, really good option flow following. So hell yeah. So here we go. Let's go over what happened. So yesterday, as you can kind of see, the market ended up trading basically just inside this range here. You know what I mean? Went down, tested the lows, went up, tested the highs. It was just a tougher day for me, right? But today, bro, right? This is a great day. We literally closed at the high of day. I can't even tell you how stellar that is. As you can see, strong green day, gap up, strong green day. Probably going to get a gap up, man. Hopefully over this 294 level on the SPY. And if we do, man, I took a couple positions into the close because, I thought that I think that the market's going to gap up in a big way, and I think it's going to really benefit me in these option contracts that I took. But it might not. That's just what happens when you YOLO options overnight that expire the next day. But anyway, so for today, man, good trades. I traded Tesla twice, made 24% and 4%. AMD, I traded it once, 84% gain, solid gain. Netflix, I traded 10% gain. Took Netflix into the close with a 5% gain on it that I'm swinging into tomorrow. And Amazon, I took it to the close with a 67% gain that I'm also swinging tomorrow. So let's get into this, man. Let's start with my first trade of the day, which was ironically a scratch after yesterday's trades were also scratches. So let's do the hourly. Yeah, here we go. So I was looking at this, right? So I was looking for over this level. I was hoping to get a move up to 237, which it looks like it did, right? But if we look at the 15-minute chart, when I was actually trading this thing, I entered at 233, 1433, right? So on this candle here, and kind of in this area, and it literally went up and then came straight back down, right? So like 15 minutes, a bit easier to see. It was literally a push and a pull. I got in around here. When I saw it stalling out here, I just, I didn't like it. When it came back down, I went ahead and took it off. 99 cents I got in for, got out at 103, right? Made 4 cents on the thing, which was covered commission, because my commission is $1 a contract. And yeah, it was fine. Got like a burger out of it. Nothing huge, right? But it's not too bad either. 4% scratch trade basically, but I wasn't red, right? And I want to go ahead and tell you my second Tesla trade, which is that I actually slipped the other direction on this bad boy. So I saw a ton of option flow come into Tesla. Let's see, on the 227.5s. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can't tag along on the back of these 227.5 option, like all these positions. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Tesla. We're going to go to 10 strikes to 227.5s. Wow. Those are worth a ton. Oh my God. Yikes. I really missed out on that move. Jeez. No, there's no way. That can't be right. No. What contract did I take on that? Let me see. Tesla filled 227.5 puts. Oh, duh. Okay. I was like, that doesn't make any sort of sense. Okay, here we go. So, 227.5 puts. So the volume that I saw came in at about 3 o'clock. So here it is. I entered at 3:07, so I got in here. But when this volume came in, I was like, I think this thing's going to start coming down. It was on this candle here, so we were testing lows. So I got in at 3:07, back kind of on this push up here, held through this, and I sold it on this dump down because on the hourly chart we're coming into, right? So even though we confirmed this level, we're coming directly into more levels of supply, right? So I was like, I'll just dump it out here. Glad I did. Got a really nice little 24% on that trade. So let's go into AMD, the solid trade of the day. This thing was ripping, right? And I actually didn't really get much of this at all. I took 84% on this. It ended up going 600% my contracts. But basically what happened was I was looking at this thing kind of in around this area here, I think, that 32. I was looking at it when it was flagging out here. So I got in on this candle, right? So once we were holding really, really nicely here, I got in on this candle here, and I rode this thing up to about 32.60. When I saw it start to kind of reject there, that's where I went ahead and got out. If we look at those AMD calls, and the reason I got into this, even though it was kind of pushing highs, is, man, if you saw that option flow, it was getting absolutely peppered, and I'll show it to you here. Like, look at this volume at the start of the day, right? So big volume to start the day, then we got more big volume, then we got more big volume, and then we got some big volume into that push up, right? So people were taking, I was watching this flow come through. It was like 25K, 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 like 20 cents, 15 cents. Like they were stacking their positions. And so like I've kind of been doing a lot for the last week, 2 weeks, is I just jumped on the back of their trades, man. I saw the volume, I hopped on in, I let it ride me up for an 84% gain, and I sold that thing, right? Obviously in the end it went up a whole hell of a lot more, right? Another indicator would have been this option flow here. Do you see all this? Do you see how there's very little volume, and then when it looks like it's just going to die, you see this one huge burst of volume, right? So these people bought 1,200 contracts at 30 some cents, right? And this thing went up to 70 cents right off that volume, So volume is king when it comes to options and option pricing, man. If there's no volume in your contract, it's just gonna die. It's just gonna die. So that's the AMD trade. Pretty stoked on it. Could have done better, but hey, man, I took 4 scratch trades yesterday. I wasn't looking to hang around for long today. You know what I mean? I was looking to take my money and go. So that's kind of how it went. So that's the AMD trade. Tesla. Let's go to Netflix. Netflix was a pretty good trade, but only an okay result. I was looking at this on the 5-minute during this consolidation down here. So here's the channel, right? 309 to kind of 306.60. Once we closed over that high there and we broke through, I took it on the move through this doji here, and it was sick, man. I think I got out here into the 310.30s, so I entered at 345. No, in at 336, out at 345. So 336, yep. So on this contract and out on this candle. So yeah, this candle to this candle. Again, it continued up further, but I was looking for a bigger move. It didn't really make a huge difference. Like, the contract wasn't really moving the way I had hoped it would. Obviously, by the end of the day, it did, right? But not when I was looking at it. So that's why I didn't get in too long on that. And then in terms of swings, I just got in at the end of the day on Amazon and Netflix, right? I think they're both closing at highs. All right, so if we check the daily. Let's see. Oh, that's a 4-hour. If we check the daily, right, we've got room up to 320 here. I took the 320 calls, right? And then if we look at Amazon, we have room to 1847, 1850. I took the 1850 calls, both for expiry tomorrow. They're kind of YOLO plays. They may pan out. If they do, it's going to be a really, really good day. If they don't, I'm going to lose like $100. Like, it's not a big deal with these things, man. When they expire the next day and you're swinging overnight, like, you really got to put in only what you're willing to lose, because more often than not, these things go to zero. But when they do pay off, right, and like, this is a strong day today. We're closing on highs in all these stocks in the indexes. Unless Trump tweets something, God forbid, knock on wood, it should be a pretty solid day tomorrow. So yeah, man, that's basically everything. So obviously, if you have any questions, if you want to know more about any of this stuff, or specifically with like the options, or just really any of it, just comment below or just shoot me a message, and I would be happy to go over that with you. And yeah, man, solid day. All right, deuces, brother.